Welcome, everyone. Man, oh man, what a great week 1 of football it was, man. Man, oh man, I'm happy as hell. I'm so happy. Seattle Seahawks, y'all gave me a heart attack that game. Offensive line is completely horrible, but we're gonna get there. But before we start this great show, make sure you guys like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel, and turn our post notifications on so you know when we post. All right, guys, let me introduce you guys to my first colleague over there who changed his hat. Over there, he's wearing a New York Jets hat with the Golden State Bridge background. How you doing there, buddy?
I'm good. Can't complain.
Can't complain. Please take that garbage Jets hat off because they're garbage. Then we got my good buddy over there who's from New York, New Jersey, a New York Yankees fan, but he got a Cincinnati Reds hat on.
How's your capiche?
Huh? I don't wear a capiche, jerk off. All right, how you doing over there, Mr. David Hoffman? No high school today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. But man, oh man, what a great week of football it was. Let's start off with Thursday night football first. Let's go talk about what a great game it was. Ravens versus the Chiefs. Man, oh man, I should have picked the Kansas City Chiefs because Lamar Jackson, you suck. John Paul, I'm gonna go with you first, unless you're still in your water break.
Oh no, I'm good. I don't think Lamar Jackson sucks. That's kind of that's kind of an outrageous statement to make. You know what I mean? They lost that game by literally a toe. You know what I mean? And granted, yes, he was out. A lot of people say he wasn't. He was out. The field is 120 yards. It's not 120 yards in an inch or 120 yards in a centimeter. It's 120 yards. So yes, his foot was out, but I think they played very well. They'll come back out this week, and I think they'll destroy. I think they'll destroy the team that they're playing this week. But Kansas City looked good as well. Travis Kelce was like nowhere to be found, though. I think he was still at the U.S. Open or some shit like that.
That was this weekend. You would have that after the game.
Last weekend.
It doesn't matter. He was probably thinking too much about the U.S. Open. Anyway, yeah. So I thought it was a pretty good game. It was a good way to start off the week. I'll give it that. It was a very good way to start off the football season, and I'm just happy football's back. It's a good thing.
Okay, David, what do you think, buddy?
It was good. I didn't like the ending to the game, but I liked the game. Worthy, if I took anything from that game, it's Worthy. He is going to be the new Tyreek Hill of that team. They could pitch him the ball, he could run the ball, he could catch the ball, he could return, he could do everything. Kelce was nowhere to be found, like John Paul said. The defense for KC, that's what won them the game. That middle front, man. Chris Jones is worth every single dollar he deserves. So that just shows to tell you, like, if you have a good offensive line and defensive line, you're probably even if you have just an okay quarterback, you're still gonna win a lot of games. And Mahomes didn't play his best, but you know what? They still got the W because of that offensive line and that defensive line.
Okay. The reason why I think they got that W is because, first of all, Ross Stanley, you're an idiot, bro. How many times you got to get your team penalties? I think they got 6 or 7 penalties off of him not standing up with proper formation. Come on, bro. And Kansas City, you got the refs over there, the coach officiating, you got to be on both sides. Because Kansas City was doing the same as that bull crap, but they were not getting penalized. But I have a problem with Lamar Jackson. How are you not making your throws properly, bro? You had 2 wide open guys on that drive to get that touchdown. You missed both of them? What are you doing? You're not passing the ball properly during that game. You're not doing it offensively. They're not doing that well. The defense came to play. They made sure Travis Kelce was on lock. Mahomes, he did okay, but still got his way out of there. But, like, come on now, Lamar. You got to help your defense out, bro. Your defense is doing what they're doing and stopping Mahomes. Mahomes did not do that well. And I know that because a lot of guys in my fantasy were crying about that. Thank God he lost. They lost, but Mahomes' number was. But come on. You gotta pick up the slack, Lamar. That's all I gotta say. Because you're gonna see the Kansas City Chiefs again. And let's not make a history of them beating you all the time. That's all I gotta say. Now let's move over to the Friday game, man. I enjoyed this week, man. We had a Thursday, Friday, Sunday game, man. I completely enjoyed it. And I got to see my buddy win his boxing match Saturday. But let's go to Friday game, man. we had the game in Brazil for the first time ever, and man, that's seeing that fan base. And I'm hearing that they're planning to put games in Abu Dhabi now in the future. I believe they got a couple of games in Germany this year. It's gonna be a good year, man. I feel like and seeing Abu Dhabi football is gonna be good. But Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers, what a nail biter game that was. Poor quarterback Jordan Love got hurt, and hopefully he gets back speedy recovery. Saquon Barkley was on fire. He had 3 touchdowns, I believe. Am I correct, David? Or 2?
3.
3 touchdowns. He was on fire. David, I'm gonna go with you first, buddy. Do you think Eagles really got a great pickup with Saquon, or you think this is the first game and that's all?
Yeah, I mean, look what he did last game. I'm all about international games. Like I get it, and I understand it from a both. Just to talk about this real quick, I understand it from both sides, the NFL players and also our side. The field was in no condition. I mean, the field was not safe
Yeah,
to
it
play
was,
on.
it was awful.
It was bad. Like if you want to have a game, no problem. Just make sure the field's safe. And yeah, I know Jordan Love didn't get hurt because of the field, but I mean, they were slipping. It was bound to happen pretty
The
much.
refs were even getting massaged in the corner. The refs were even had to get stretched out.
Yeah, 100%. The Eagles, they look pretty good. I mean, I'm a Giant fan for me to say that, so it hurts for me to say that, but I thought they looked pretty good. But I think the bigger story is how good the Packers are. They went toe to toe with them, and they went slug for slug. They touchdown for touchdown. Uh, I just think Green Bay is still a year away. I mean, you're hearing it from me first. I think in a year and 2 years they can make the Super Bowl because they have a good they have a good young defense. Yeah. Who from the NFC is going to make it?
I can name a couple before them.
Name
Especially
three
with Jordan,
teams. Name three
especially with
teams.
Jordan Love being out for 4 weeks now.
Okay. First of all, they're gonna have a home. They're gonna have a home playoff game if they win the division.
But they
The,
gotta also win 4 games.
I'm just giving you an example. And then their division stinks compared to everybody else's.
He
Are
also,
you forgetting? Are you forgetting the Detroit Lions in that division? If I had to wake you up over there,
yeah,
Okay,
Amir, he also said a year from now. He didn't say this year.
I didn't say this year. No,
I think 2 years. I give it 2 years. 2 years.
a year, 2 years. Yeah, dude, they're young, man. Like they're building and stuff. Like they're doing everything the right way. They're pretty much doing what the Lions did. They're building within, and they're gonna try to resign everybody and everything. I mean, what Dan Campbell's doing, not to go off subject, is exactly what the Packers want to do. But long story short, the Eagles looked impressive. The Packers, I thought, even looked more impressive. That's it.
Okay. So what's the name? I'm gonna find out. The John Paul. What do you think, buddy?
I think this game was just really sloppy. To be honest with you, very, very sloppy. On both ends. A lot of guys. Listen, I
I
understand.
agree.
I understand the field was shitty, but you know what? At the end of the day, at the end, sorry, at the end of the day, dude, the NFL might be switching back to grass because of all the stuff with the turf. So you're gonna have to deal with these issues sooner or later. I mean, granted, is it gonna be probably that bad? Probably not. But I think the Eagles, believe it or not, I think they struggled a little bit offensively, just wide receiver wise. Running back wise, I think Saquon had an unbelievable game. Granted, they had to change the bottom of his cleats a couple times. It's just normal when you're playing on grass. You know what I mean? But yeah, and Green Bay looked really, really good. I don't know what they're gonna do without Jordan Love. I don't even know who's their secondary.
Malik, Malik, what's
From
his
the
name?
Titans.
Yeah.
From the Titans.
Yeah, so I mean, listen, can they still win without Jordan Love? I think they might be able to.
I think so.
Do I think it's like they're like guarantees like with Jordan Love? Probably not. But yeah, I thought it was a decent game. Again, very sloppy all over the place. But I love seeing that type of stuff. Granted, do I like seeing? Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. The fact that the NFL was talking about putting teams in other countries, they got to be in the same hemisphere. If they're not in the same hemisphere, you can't do it. There's no way of doing it. You can't put a team in London because then when they
You can put a team in London. You can. That's the furthest place that you could do that. It's just the time zone is going to be really screwed up.
That's what I'm saying. You're talking about you lose a day going and lose a day coming back.
100%.
So either way you look at it, you're 2 days out. You know what I mean? So for me, it's a little difficult. I don't mind going to play there. You want to go play there, I don't care. But like David said, just make the field a little nicer, dude. I mean, it's the first time they were playing in Brazil. At least try to make the field decent. I mean, what the hell?
I mean, listen, I get it. Like what they should have done is, and I said this to one of my friends, they should have wore soccer cleats, and they probably would have been fine. To be honest with you.
Yeah, but the problem with soccer cleats is there's really not much ankle support.
True.
You know what I mean?
They won't be but the thing is, they won't be sliding as much as
no, absolutely, you're absolutely right. But that's the only problem I think that they didn't want to wear soccer cleats is the ankle support.
Oh yeah, 100%. And also, just to talk about like what John Paul said about the receivers, I didn't think Hurts looked that great. Do you?
I don't think he looked that good at all. That's what I was saying. I don't think he looked at all that good.
He almost lost in the game.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. He had that big run, I guess, for that first down.
That's it. Name something else he did.
What was that? Early first half. I mean, late first half, right?
Yep.
That was really it. I mean, he didn't look unbelievable. Don't get me wrong. They won, and they came out and they
beat. But he missed some wide. I forgot what play it was. He missed a receiver that was so wide open.
Yeah, Smith. Smith was wide open in the corner. He had all day to throw it to him. I think he was at like the 10-yard line, and there was nobody around him. And he wound up keeping the ball and running it. And I think he wound up losing yards for it.
Yep.
Yeah, Eagles definitely got to clean up on that. And come on, you got to get the ball more to AJ Brown. I got him on my fantasy team. I need to win here, guys. But definitely that. But I was watching. They brought in Roger Goodell. And now they're not only thinking about London, they're thinking about going in other countries.
Yeah.
How do you think that's gonna go? You think that's a small move? That like I mentioned, they're trying to bring a game eventually to Abu Dhabi, where that's where they already got UFC happening over there.
Just to talk about what you're gonna say, pretty much, I'm okay with it if there's other teams out there. If it's just one team out there, like if there's like one.
No, they're playing to play a game out there. Playing to play a game. Not put a team out there play a game out there.
I'm all about playing up there. Listen, the NFL is the only fan base out of baseball, basketball, all of them that does not have an international fan base. Let's just keep it real here. They play all these other sports in other countries. They don't play NFL. I understand what NFL is doing, and I think it's a great idea. Like my family that's in Germany and Italy, they're probably loving it right now because there's actually football out there rather than just soccer, obviously. But you got to make sure the field's up to date. You got to make sure players need to rest, man. This isn't a sport where you could go out and play again in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? It's not like baseball and basketball where it's like, all right, I'll rest in 2 days and be. Your body takes a beating, man.
Well, I think that not to cut you off, Dave, but I think that's why they had them play in Brazil on Friday, so that they had those extra couple days until next they have to play. That's why I think they did it, but I just don't like the time zone change. You know what I mean? Especially when a team's not going to leave here. You know what I mean? A team's not going to leave their home to go to that place. They don't do it anywhere. What do they leave? Like the Jets are going to Tennessee this week. I think they're leaving on maybe Friday.
Yep.
You're getting that? If they were going to go to like he was saying Germany or Italy or something like that, they can't leave on Friday. They got to leave on like Wednesday, so that they can get there, prepare, and be dude. That time change is no joke. Umir, you've traveled. I mean,
definitely know that.
No
that
joke.
Time that jet lag, especially that jet lag.
Yes, the jet lag is what. I mean, if you're coming home, it's not that bad. It's going out there because you lose all those.
No, it's bad both ways. I traveled in and out of the country with a lot. It's bad both ways. That jet lag is absolutely horrible. You feel like your body's still moving, but at least a good day or two, you have like your body. What do you call it? You feel like going in a circle, like when you go run around.
Yeah.
You get dizzy. You get dizzy. That's what definitely. I gotta agree with you on that point. So they definitely gotta plan this out properly because, like I said, like you guys said, it's player safety.
After a bye week. That's what they should really, or have the team have a bye week the following week. They
do that with London. They do that with the London teams. You know they do that. You with the London team that go to London. Yeah, but now I do want to say let's proceed to another team now I do enjoy the topic. Let's go over to the New York Giants. What a crappy game. Crappy game, crappy uniforms. Whoever came up with the uniform should really be smarter than mine. That was the worst uniform I've ever seen in my life. It was like seeing them wear pajamas. Ugly uniforms. They only scored 6 points.
That's not going to be the only time they wear them this year, too. I think they're set.
Yeah, I think they wear it 1 or 2 more times.
They definitely should not do that. Only scored 6 points. Sam Darnold came in back to New York and lit them up like a Christmas tree on fire.
It.
Man, oh man. New York players, when they leave, New York players leave to go to other teams, they always start doing better with their careers.
Okay, let's take...
John Paul, let's go with you first. The Sam Darnold was a former Jet quarterback.
Let's take it easy, all right?
What do you think about this whole game?
This is Sam Darnold's 4th team, okay? This is his 4th team. He's playing because there's a rookie quarterback there that they want to learn from somebody. Granted, do I think Sam Darnold's the guy to learn from?
No, he got injured.
Probably.
The rookie quarterback got injured.
Well, yes, he also got injured. But do I think even if they wanted him to learn, do I think Sam Darnold's the guy for them to learn from? Absolutely not. But Sam Darnold does have time in the league. He's played legitimate games. He's won games, don't get me wrong. Has he won a lot of games? No. But can he play? Absolutely, he can play. The kid can play. No one said he can't play. But the Giants just looked very flat everywhere.
Okay.
Offense looked unbelievably flat. I mean, Daniel Jones he wasn't even hitting some of the wide receivers. What surprised me most with the Giants, though, was their defense. Defense, no offense, looked like shit.
Horrible.
They got the brakes beat off of them, dude. And I mean, when I say bad, listen, dude, you're looking back at the Giants, and granted, they didn't have a great season last year, but they were a top 10 defense. I mean, we'll get to the Jets, too, because I got something to say about their defense, too.
We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes.
I'm saying it because people see me wearing a Jets hat on our page here, and they got to understand I'm not just bashing the Giants defense. I'm going to bash them, too. But either way, I think the Giants defense looked really, really bad. And then in the post game, when they started asking Tavon Thibodeau about like certain plays, like, you think you should have done this, you think you should have done that, he turned around and looked at him and goes, I'm not answering any more of your questions. We lost. Leave me alone. And I'm sitting there, I'm going, bro, you lost because you guys shit the bed. Don't blame the reporters for trying to figure out a story, bro. I mean, what the hell? But that's just me. I think the Giants they came out very, very flat. Very, very flat. They don't have a run game. Their wide receivers are all young boys. I mean, their defense had to step up, and they didn't.
Okay, before we go to David, I got to ask you a question, John Paul. Yes or no question?
Yeah.
You think Brian Daboll is going to be the head coach by the next year? You think Brian Daboll is going to be if they have another losing season like they did like last year?
See, that's hard. The only reason that's hard for me is because the Giants typically don't do a 2-year and out type deal with coaching.
3 years. The third year.
It'll be third.
The third year.
Well, listen, me personally, I think he plays out the season. He definitely plays out the season. The Giants don't like to get rid of anybody mid-season. They just don't.
They got rid of Ben McAdoo mid-season.
Well, no offense. Would you want Ben McAdoo on your team?
I mean, he took them to the playoffs the year before that. So,
that team was built for them to go to the playoffs. Anyway, so I don't think he'll be the coach next year. If they listen, the Giants, honestly, no one's expecting much. You win 6 games, I think he's back as head coach. That's me personally. Because they're not expecting much from the Giants. That's me personally. I think you give him that one more year. If you have another year like this year where he wins 6 games, he's out of there.
Okay. David, what do you think about this? Is your team, buddy. What do you think about New York Giants and this whole Brian? Do you think Brian Daboll's going to be the next year?
I was expecting low. Like I was not expecting much, but the way they played, it looked like, honestly, they didn't even want to be out there. I mean, everybody talks about how they have the best defensive line in the NFL. They were getting manhandled up front. They got no pressure whatsoever on Sam Darnold. You knew they were going to throw to Jefferson every play because they don't have any other receivers healthy. You wouldn't think to double team him or do something else. Let Darnold beat you. Crowd the line. The Vikings were running down their throat.
Yep.
That's defense. Like our defense, honestly, I was expecting like a top 5 defense in the NFL this year. Like John Paul said, like how the Jets are. Like I expect the same thing from the Giants defense. I don't expect much on offense. I expect something on defense because at times last year they sparked us. Our defense, they didn't spark nothing. Daniel Jones, I don't even have to comment. Everybody in the comment section of this video is gonna go crazy on it because they already know how bad Daniel Jones is. I feel bad for him, yes, but at the end of the day, you have a job, you need to do it. And that's the head coaching job. That's the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, everybody. Everybody's
I
job
think
should be.
that even falls on Joe Shane.
Dude, the play calling was horrible.
It's gonna
It was terrible. It was
it's,
like a Pop Warner game.
it's gonna fall on the GM too, man. I don't think they did enough. I said this before. Yes, they picked up a couple players. David, you and Tony were right a couple weeks ago when we talked about it. They picked up a couple players, but I don't think they did enough to help Daniel Jones.
Let me put it this way. If the Giants had Mahomes, let's just say Mahomes, they had him, right? Do they win that game against the Vikings?
You're talking about a different. You're talking about that.
I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah.
I think it's more fightable. Yeah.
This just shows how important a quarterback is to a team. No team is like Saquon could run for 2,000 yards this year. They're not guaranteed to go to Super Bowl. It's all about your offense. Name the last time one of the top running backs in the NFL made the Super Bowl or even won the Super Bowl. I can't name any. Can you? It's all about a good quarterback, and it's all about your defense. Your quarterback and your defense and your offensive line will ride you to the top. Let's talk about Mahomes last year. He won a Super Bowl. Do you think he had good receivers last year besides Kelsey? No. He's a tight end. Did they have a good defense last year?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, they did have a good defense.
And to answer your question, depending on what John Paul said, if Dayball does not listen, it looks like the players are honestly quitting on him. Let's just be honest here. They're quitting. I don't think they really want him there, to be honest with you.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
My say is this much. I think if I'm the Giants owner, he has to clear the house. I'm gonna get rid of that GM too. Because I was watching the Hard Knocks and hearing him talk about this whole Saquon Barkley situation, how you let him walk away or let him test the running back market out. Are you insane? Like, come on now. Are you seeing what Howie Roseman in your division is doing?
Umir, you're right. You're right, and I'm not going to cut you off. But it seemed like Saquon Barkley wanted out regardless, though.
Yeah, that's true. Too.
I think he wanted to go somewhere where he can win. I mean, don't get.
But he wanted to stay in the tri-state, Yeah. What I mean by tri-state, Philadelphia.
First money that they gave him, I don't know, just because he's a little injury prone.
Yeah, okay, I agree with you.
100%.
But if he picked out this year, then yeah, it was a good deal for the Eagles. I just, again, it's just the Giants are they're in a sick rebuild, and if they're
it's been every year though.
Listen,
when they gonna get out of it though?
Listen,
it's been every year. Been hearing Eli Manning.
I'm all about rebuilds. I'm all about it. What the effort, dude? They're getting blown off the ball every play. You're telling me Thibodeau, Burns now, Dexter Lawrence, and everybody else we have up front. Dexter Lawrence, I will give him this. He played a great game. He actually was the only person I thought that gave effort. He was not, dude, in the fourth quarter, they're getting blown out. He was batting passes down. He was running after people. He was doing everything. He is the only player I will give credit to on the Giants that actually showed effort. Everybody else, they're getting blown off the ball. They're yelling at each other. Come on, man. Okay. Where's the unity at? You guys want to win games? We're expecting to win 3 games this year. Break everybody's expectations, man. That would motivate me as a player. I'm getting paid millions of dollars to do what I do, and everybody's saying we're going to suck. All right, I'll show you who sucks.
Okay. But my thing is, we've been hearing this rebuild for years and years since Eli Manning left. When will the rebuild end and they start putting effort in? Rebuild's been going on for years. A rebuild don't take this long. The Niners rebuilt it faster and then got back to normal.
They rebuilt through their draft. That's different.
But you guys been having this draft too opportunity. Your draft pick is horrible.
No, not this past year. It wasn't.
Okay, but years before that, buddy. Come on. All right, let's go. Let's go move on a little bit, guys. Hopefully the Giants get things together. Brian Daboll, I definitely don't see that. I don't even see him lasting through the year. I wouldn't be surprised if he fired mid-year at the rate they're going. All right, guys. Let's talk about another great game. We watched Sunday Night Football. It was the Rams and Lions. What a show it was. Matthew Stafford coming back to Detroit. They were fighting back and forth so far they had to go to overtime. David, what do you think about this game, man, and overall in general? And Cooper Kupp, thank you for doing what you did. Y'all be winning this week on fantasy.
I was actually when I went to my parents' house, I actually talked to my dad about it. I said the Rams are probably gonna be a surprise team nobody has expectations about, but they look good. Their defense without Aaron Donald looked great. I thought they played a great game against. I mean, listen, the Lions have Jamison Williams. They have obviously St. Brown. They have a lot of Gibbs. They have Laporta. They have tons of weapons, man. I thought the Rams did a great job. And on offense, yeah, they have two great receivers. I mean, Puka got hurt. I'm on fantasy, of course, but they don't have a lot of expectations, and they were going blow for blow with the Lions. If I took anything away from that game, I want to make it nice and short. I thought the Rams impressed me more than the Lions did, but the Lions impressed me by coming back, and that just shows how golf has matured over the years. That's all.
Okay. John Paul, what do you think, buddy? Keep on saying Tony. I miss you, buddy. You watch me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the more handsome brother, bro. Get it right. Right.
Okay.
So anyway, I think honestly, throughout all the games that I saw this weekend, this was probably my favorite game of the weekend.
Yep.
They played unbelievable. Both sides played unbelievable. I kind of figured the Lions were going to win. I didn't think that it was going to be that close. I thought the Lions would probably win, maybe by a tiny bit more. And I didn't think it was going to go to overtime. Absolutely not. But the Rams do look good. The Rams look very good. Cooper Kupp looks like the Cooper Kupp old. You know what I mean? I think he looks good. And yeah, I mean, I think they're both going to be good teams. It's just again with Matthew Stafford, it's which Stafford are you going to get every week? That's the only problem.
Yeah. If I'm the Rams right now, I'm definitely looking to make some trade options, see whatever options got available, to see if we got to pick up another receiver. Because now teams know Pua, my probably said the wrong name wrong. He's out. Everybody knows Cooper. 4 games out. Everybody knows that Cooper's gonna be the number one target. Teams are gonna double team him. It's not gonna be easy to get him. So if I'm the Rams, I'm gonna try to make some calls.
I agree with you in a way, but I also disagree because before Puka got there, he was the only receiver there too. And this was after they got rid of Odell, and he still had a great year.
But they had Allen. Didn't they have Allen Robinson over there too? Over there.
What did he do in the Rams? He didn't do Lugats. He didn't do nothing.
I'm going to Italian, but I'm just saying. Just say, buddy, relax. But definitely, it was a great game to see. Rams, like Brady said, you guys are definitely a scary team. Let's see what you guys do, man. All right, guys, let's move on to Monday Night Football. I love John Paul's background because he has a New York Jets hat and a San Francisco Golden State brick. Like, I love it, buddy. This is the best of both worlds. Aaron Rodgers comes back. Aaron Rodgers. I'm about to say Aaron George. Aaron Rodgers.
He played great, by the way.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers comes back. He's 13 out of 21, 167 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. John Paul, Robert Saleh situation looking pretty hot. Do you think what's up with the Jets, man? What are y'all doing over there? Y'all didn't even look like y'all belong to play against them, man.
You know what? You say that, and I've heard this all day today, basically. But either way you look at it, the Jets went toe to toe with the NFC champions.
Not toe to toe, buddy. Yeah, lost more than that.
Hold on. Toe to toe with the NFC champions, and they had 6 field goals and 2 touchdowns. The Jets had 3 touchdowns against that team. I want you to look back to last year and see how many teams scored more than 15 points against the San Francisco 49ers.
Because that was a different team last year.
Listen, it's and now I'm saying this for an all-year deal for the entire league. Everybody had to shake off the rust. This is that first week. I'm not one of those stupid Jets fans that go, all right, here we go, same old Jets. Because you know what? It's not the same old Jets. It's not. I believe that. And the only reason I believe that is because even after this loss, these guys came back and they did this press conference and goes, we're fine with it. It's okay. You know why they're fine with it? Because Aaron Rodgers is still standing up on 2 feet. He's still standing up on 2 feet. He got hit only twice yesterday from a defensive line that's the best in the league. He got hit twice. Our offensive line, I don't care what anybody says, did a phenomenal job protecting him yesterday. Phenomenal job. Now, granted, our defense, and Jets defense, I'm going to get into your ass right now. You guys can't stop the run worth of shit. If the Jets cannot stop the run, it is not going to be a good season because the Jets are going to have to put up at least 30 points a game because they have to be able to stop the run. Don't get me wrong. Everyone's sitting there going, oh, maybe we should talk to Hassan Reddick and maybe fuck that.
It wouldn't have mattered anyway.
It wouldn't have made a difference. All right. It wouldn't have made a difference.
But you never know, man.
I
think
he's a pass rusher. He's not a run stopper.
I know, but that's still but somebody I would definitely make that call. I think it was definitely time to make that call and bring him in.
He hasn't played it down for the Jets yet. You can't give him a contract? Come on, man.
I don't think there's any difference to that. I just think, you know what it is? It seemed like the linebackers were playing a little deep. Saleh didn't really change anything up. He should have had the linebackers playing a little bit more close. I think, believe it or not, I think our secondary looked really good. I mean, not great, but they looked really good. They only Brock Purdy didn't have a shot down like a big shot down.
I think he had only like 210 yards passing or something.
But he had no passing touchdown.
But that's
only
But John Paul, I think the linebackers are playing back because they didn't expect that guy Mason to have a game like that, and that's what I think it is.
You know what though? Last year he played too, and he was good last year too.
Yeah, but come on, man! Like your best player is out, and you have 3 really good receivers and a good tight end.
That's just another reason for you guys to load up the line. That's all I'm saying. I just think their defense didn't play enough. I think the offense has to shake off the rust a little bit. But I will tell you one thing though. The Jets, when they went down the field and they scored on that third possession. All right, I'll tell you now, it was very crisp. Very crisp. All right. Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson looked like they were on the same page all day. All right. And Garrett Wilson dropped 2 passes yesterday. There's nothing you could do. All right. I think the interception with Rodgers was not his fault. It was tipped in the air. It happens. Again, it's normal, but it's going to go against him, of course. But yeah, listen, I'm not going to worry until it's time to worry. Like this, and if they come out very flat against Tennessee, then it's going to turn around and go, all right, bro, something's going on here. Now it's time to worry.
Okay. Dave, what do you think, buddy?
I mean, John Paul hit most of the areas. Do you expect to win when your leading receiver is Lazard? I mean, I did not expect that. I think Rodgers still needs to go to Garrett Wilson a little bit more, just because Wilson had a horrible year last year and to get his motivation and his confidence back, I think you need to feed him a little bit more, whether it's like screen passes or like, speed outs or like whatever to get him the ball. I just think to get his confidence going. And then Garrett Wilson's the type that has swag. Like once he gets going, he starts dancing and getting happy and stuff. I didn't see that last night. What John Paul said, the run. I mean, come on, man. You make a backup running back at 140 yards on you. I don't know if that's a diss against the Jets defensive line or maybe the 49ers offensive line is better than we think. If I would take 2 takeaways from the game on both sides, I think, bless you.
Thank you.
I think the Jets are still going to have a monster year. That's just my opinion. And the seeing a takeaway from San Fran is, how do you not get the receivers the ball? I mean, the receivers only had, I think, like the main ones, they only had like, I think 6 combined catches or 7 combined catches. That's not going to win you games against the Jets because you were running the ball. Yes. But when you play these other teams that put up points, you're going to be in trouble, man. But the 49ers defense looked pretty freaking good.
Yeah, definitely. That's true. Oh, man. Let's see. I never got to get props to the Jets, man. I definitely thought y'all were going to get blown out. But
same. I give them credit, too.
Y'all did put up a little bit of a fight. I think there's some tweaks that need to be cleaned up. It was Rodgers' first game back after the Achilles injury. And hopefully McCaffrey's not too out with his Achilles that they're saying now, and hopefully he's back soon.
Yeah, but now you can give McCaffrey a rest because
McCaffrey, let him heal.
Listen, dude, he gets 375 carries a year, man. That's a lot. That's a lot of touches.
Plus receiving, plus all the catches he does and stuff.
So you got to think about it. That's going to give him a little bit of a break, which is nice.
Yeah, but I think they want to win as much games as possible now, where towards the end of the year, if you're up like 4 games on the division, you could just sit them for the rest of the year. So I think that's what they're thinking. I would rather play ahead than play behind. That's just my opinion.
No, I hear you.
You're right, though. You're right, though.
But,
I agree.
But you also need him. You don't want to get him hurt now. So when you get in that playoff spot, then you're screwed because you don't have.
Well, listen, McCaffrey knows his injury. He's been injured majority of his career. I mean, he hasn't been out for a long time, but he's been injured. I mean, he's a running back. What do you think's going to happen to you? They need to ask him, "Are you okay to go?" I think he's honest enough now at a stage of his career where he'll be like, "No, I'm not," or "Yes, I am."
Well, the problem with those calf injuries is it's not just your calf. That calf can lead to an Achilles. It can lead that can lead to anything popping. That's what happened with Jordan Love. Again, you go back to that game right in Brazil. They were messing with his legs all night, trying to keep him loose.
Yeah, but he hurt his knee.
Yeah, but the tiniest little pop, man, it happens.
MCL sprain.
You know,
MCL sprained it. Yeah, man. Let's see what happens, man. Hopefully, let's see. I hate the Niners, but hey, I don't like the Niners. All right. Today, unfortunately, our buddy Tony's not with us this week. He'll be back with us next week. So John Paul's going to be doing the honors of writing down our picks.
I also had the game, so I'll call him out, not you.
No, I will.
Shut up. Here, I have them set up already. Everything
set up already?
Everything is set up over here already. I got it.
On your little notepad? Are you sure not the grocery list?
Yeah, I got my notepad. See? I got my notepad. All right, I'm ready to go.
All right, let's go. We don't go all day, Princess.
Hold on. Who won last week?
And also, by the way, anybody that said that Dak Prescott didn't deserve that contract, they're fucking eating their words right now because he came out and spanked the Cleveland Browns, who are supposed to have the number 2 defense in the country, which we didn't talk about today, but we'll get into that next week. Okay, so you ready?
Yes, buddy.
Hold on. Omir's going to talk about the standings for last week.
Yeah, so
go ahead.
Our good friend David Hoffman over there, he won for the week. I don't have the exact number. Give me 1 second.
14. I had 14.
14. Me and Tony tied it for 11, and John Paul, you had 10.
One behind.
We'll see this week. Don't worry about it.
All right, let's go, buddy. We don't go out there with the pick. Come on, our viewers want to see this.
Start off with Thursday night's game, Buffalo and Miami.
Wow, I hate you, bro. This is going to be a hard one.
It's in Miami?
Yeah, Miami.
I'm taking Miami.
I got to take Tyreek Hill all the time. Miami.
All right. New Orleans versus.
What are you taking? Who are you taking?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm taking Miami as well. So
okay. This guy gonna come up undefeated next week because none of us know what to take.
My bad. My bad. All right. New Orleans and Dallas.
Dallas.
Come on now.
I'm also taking Dallas.
Although New Orleans did look freaking good last week. I'll give them that.
Good, but who are they playing?
But also, you got to beat them. They crushed them. It wasn't like just like a close game.
Yeah, but they're playing. Who are they playing? They're playing garbage.
It doesn't matter. You have to beat your opponents. You can't play to your opponent's level.
Oh, God.
Have you played? You played in the NFL before?
No, I never played in the NFL.
Exactly.
You played in the NFL before, jerk off?
I was just as close as anybody else was, so you could take it as that.
But you didn't go there. I just shut up.
All right, you ready? Next game.
Where are you going?
I'm going. I said
Dallas.
Let's go next week. I got to make sure.
All right. Next game is the Jets versus Tennessee. I'm going to take the Jets, so you hear me this time.
Wait, who's Jets are home?
Jets are away. This is their second away game.
So I'm going to take the Jets. Yeah, because Zach Willis, what's his name? Not Willis. What's his name? That quarterback? He was horrible. He literally gave that game away yesterday.
I'm going to take the Jets, though. I want to take the Titans, but I'll take the Jets. They want a revenge game.
All right, Las Vegas Raiders versus Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore.
Baltimore. It's a 1:00 game. I'm taking Baltimore.
Also taking more. New York Giants versus the Washington Commanders.
Washington Commanders.
Oh, Washington Commanders.
I'm taking Washington as well. I think all of us are taking Washington. When I get Tony's picks, he's gonna be
he's gonna take the Giants 100%.
Absolutely.
Although I think they're gonna come to play this time.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. I think both teams are gonna come to play. It's a divisional game. Los Angeles Chargers versus the Carolina Panthers.
Los Angeles Chargers.
I'm taking the Chargers.
Chargers. Some of these games are terrible this week.
So far, we've all chose the same teams.
Yeah, because there's not much. I mean, the only team that was the Buffalo-Miami game. The other games are shit. Excuse my language.
Indianapolis and Green Bay.
That's gonna be a good game.
Indianapolis.
I'm also taking Indy.
Oh God, I want to take Green Bay, but I'm gonna take Indy. I don't trust. I don't.
This is gonna be a bad week. If we all lose, we all lose it.
Yeah, but the thing is, these games are. I mean, if Jordan Love was playing, I would take the Packers.
All right, you ready? San Francisco and Minnesota. I'm taking San Francisco this time.
San Francisco.
San Francisco. I mean, that's not
we
really.
all good. Yeah, your teams are counting, y'all.
All right. Does Cleveland come back against Jacksonville, or does Jacksonville come back against Cleveland?
I'm going Cleveland. Actually, because I heard they got another case against Deshaun Watson. That could be distracting for the team.
So what? He's still gonna play.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take Cleveland.
I'm taking Jacksonville. It's in Jacksonville, right?
Yeah, I'm also taking Jacksonville.
I'm taking Jacksonville just because of the weather. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be like 100 degrees at game time.
All right, Umir's like 7th team. All right, in Seattle versus the New England Patriots, who won this weekend.
I know. Oh my God.
I'm taking Geno Smith, Seattle Seahawks. Even though that offensive line was absolutely garbage.
Do you know what time the game's at?
1 o'clock.
Pretty sure there's a 1 o'clock game.
1 o'clock game.
I'm taking Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going to take Seattle, but I don't like West Coast games coming to 1 o'clock, but I'm going to take them anyway.
Yes, we know. You told us last year the same book,
right? Look what happens.
This is going to be a very good game this weekend, and that is Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Detroit Lions.
Detroit.
I'm taking Detroit.
Detroit's home, I think, again, right?
Yeah.
Detroit. If it was at Tampa, I would actually take Tampa.
Actually, no. Give me Tampa.
Oh, come on. You're just doing it to be an asshole now.
It's all right. That's a good thing. Let him take that team. All right.
Well, one thing I said, David.
This, I think, is actually going to be another good game, and this is the Rams versus the
Rams.
Wait, Rams. He didn't even get to finish.
Rams was the Cardinal. Rams is the Cardinal.
Hey, listen, T-Poop. Relax over there. I'm going to take the Rams.
I'm also taking the Rams.
Jesus. And real quick, did you guys see the end of that game, how Kyler Murray missed Marvin Harrison Jr. for the game-winning touchdown?
Yes, he was completely wide open and missed them completely.
That was so bad.
All right, here we go. Now, Umir, I guess, is new number 1 team in Pittsburgh playing Denver. I'm taking Pittsburgh.
I'm taking Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh.
It's at Denver, right?
Yeah, Justin Fields is playing.
I'm taking Denver. The Steelers did not impress me last week.
All right, where I think Cincinnati's going to get their second loss against Kansas City. So I'm taking Kansas City over Cincinnati.
I'm taking Kansas City too, buddy. Come on, that's a given.
I think Joe Burrow is going to come back, man. But I think Higgins is going to be out still, so I'll take the Kansas City too.
All right, Chicago versus Houston.
Houston.
I think Chicago comes back down to earth. I'm taking Houston.
Okay, I was going to say that.
And it's in Houston this week too. I'm taking Houston.
Yeah, because that defense helped them win that game. Because that offense was absolutely horrible.
Chicago's defense did play very, very well.
Yeah. Well, they also played against the Titans. They're not playing against the Texans offense, who has four number 1 receivers on the team.
Yeah.
So who you take?
Texans. All right, Monday Night Football. Because this gonna take forever. Let's go. We got the Atlanta Falcons playing the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Kirk
Who you
Cousins
taking?
stinks.
You
Kirk
take-
Cousins stinks like you, so I'm taking the Eagles.
I'm taking Philly also.
Fly, Eagles, fly to the land of victory.
All right, shut the fuck up.
All right, I'll be on. Hope y'all have a great weekend. Jerk off, go to hell, and we'll be back next week. And make sure you, like always, make sure you like it, share, and subscribe to your friends and family. We'll be back again next week. And Tony, we miss you, my buddy. And your deal giant suck.